Now, this report has many strengths that make it different from previous studies, reviews of this kind. First of all, it's incredibly comprehensive. It's up to date. We did an extraordinarily rigorous search and really came up with every kind of study that's credible study that's been done over the past quarter of a century. It has a very, very systematic approach to the analysis process, and it's really the first review that looks at each of the 4 different contexts in which children receive most of their physical activity in the school setting: physical education, recess, in-classroom movement, and then extracurricular activities. It also takes a broader look at what we mean by academic performance than any other review has done before. Yes, it looks at the impact of school-based physical activity on academic achievement as measured by grades or standardized test scores, but it also looks at the impact that the school-based physical activity has on the factors that everyone, educators, parents, everyone acknowledges influence academic achievement, that are reflective of the school climate that shapes the academic experience for our young people. So the findings are really in 3 categories. One is the effects that school-based physical activity has on academic achievement as measured by grades or test scores. 2 is on the effects with academic behavior. So things like attention, conduct in the classroom, the extent to which students are on task in the classroom, the extent to which they actually complete their homework, and all the way down to whether they graduate from school or drop out before high school graduation. The 3rd category is cognitive skills and attitudes. This measures things like their ability to concentrate on their schoolwork, their memory, their attitudes towards school, their educational aspirations, their self-esteem, and their resiliency to deal with the challenges that life throws at them. All of these things, again, shape the school climate and have a profound impact on their academic achievement. I need to acknowledge some limitations of this study. We included all of the credible studies, but of course, some studies have a much more rigorous design than others. And sometimes you can actually try to weigh the different findings so that more credit is given to studies with more rigorous designs. We did not do that. That was too complex for our design. We were very, very inclusive and included a wide variety of studies, but when you do that, you have lots of different measures used, and it's very hard to compare across studies. So we were not really able to distinguish the studies by the size of the magnitude of the relationships, by the effect size of the relationship between school-based physical activity and academic performance. So we basically classify things as yes or no. Did they have a statistically significant impact on academic performance variables or not? Now, despite these limitations, some very, very clear findings emerge. We found 50 credible studies across all 4 of the different contexts in which children receive physical activity. Of the 50 studies, 46 of those studies had 1 or more positive associations found between school-based physical activity and academic performance. In total, there were 251 relationships that were analyzed, associations between the physical activity program and the outcome of interest for academic performance, 251. Of those associations, 50.5%, about half of them showed positive relationship. So in about half of the associations analyzed, there was a positive relationship between the physical activity program and the academic performance variables. About 48% of them were not statistically significant. They did not show a clear relationship between school-based physical activity and the educational outcome. Of all those associations, only 1.5%, had a negative effect. Now, 1.5%, that is small enough that statisticians will tell you that it's highly reasonable to suspect that that is simply due to chance. In other words, those results are negligible and really not worth considering. So bottom line, what do we have? About half of the associations are positive. In other words, school-based physical activity programs were shown to have a positive impact on educational performance, and about half of them were not significant. There was a neutral effect. Didn't particularly be shown to be helpful, certainly wasn't shown to be harmful.